Celebrities and fans are kind of like clownfish and sea anemones. They have a symbiotic relationship. To keep from upsetting this balance, most artists, athletes, and the like choose their words carefully when it comes to talking to their fans in public, no matter what they actually might think about them. Sometimes, though, we get some amazing moments of blunt honesty. Some of these celebrities love their fans and will do anything, well, almost anything, to make them happy, while others couldn't care less. So today we're going to show you some of these situations between rude fans and famous celebrities. But before we get onto it, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications for the channel. Controversial comedian Dave Chappelle took to the stage in Los Angeles, California for the Netflix It's a Joke festival in 2022. When he was out doing his routine, a guy slipped onto the stage and tackled Chappelle to the ground. After a brief scuffle, the guy got back to his feet and ran past multiple security guards towards the backstage area. Unlucky for him, he was eventually caught by the many people after him. Meanwhile, Chappelle joked with the crowd about the incident. The invader actually had weapons on him and has been charged by the police, and thankfully no one was badly hurt. Chris Rock then came on stage and jokingly asked Chappelle if the guy was Will Smith. In 1993, Monica was the women's world #1 in tennis at only 20 years old. That year, she was in the quarterfinal of the Citizen Cup in Germany against another player, and at one of the breaks in play, she was leading the game. As she rested, a fan snuck up behind the tennis icon and stabbed her in the back with a knife. Before the attacker could lunge again, security tackled and restrained him. The assailant was reportedly an obsessive fan of Steffi Graf, a rival of Monica. After the incident, even though she was physically healed, Sells didn't actually play tennis again for another 2 years. Even after she came back, that horrible day in 1993 continued to haunt her throughout her career. Performing at a festival in Barcelona, Spain in 2019, Miley Cyrus was attempting to get to her car with Liam Hemsworth. While the crowd of fans were pretty rowdy, things were contained until one fan found a gap in security and grabbed Cyrus around the neck. He then tried to kiss her as she fought to get away. Security soon stopped the inappropriate fan, and Miley's fans have a habit of getting way too close to the singer. In 2011, she sang The Climb during a gig in Melbourne, Australia. A fan stuck onto the stage, slipped next to Cyrus, and placed her arm around her. Security then took the startled Cyrus off stage as another guard dealt with the fan. The Queen of Pop seemed to attract a lot of devoted fans. During a 2017 performance in Las Vegas, Nevada, Spears was just finishing performing You Drive Me Crazy. As she turns around, Britney sees her security guard pinning a guy to the ground on stage. After she asks what's going on, security takes her off stage while the other guards and the backing dancers deal with the guy. She later returned to finish her set. Another incident involving Spears happened in Connecticut in 2009. As she performs Womanizer, a fan suddenly appears in front of her and begins dancing. The startled Spears moves back as the backing dancers pounce on him. She soon finds her bearings and amazingly continues on with the song. This actor knows a thing or two about playing a hard ass. Even when the cameras aren't rolling, though, he's notorious for being somewhat of a grump. Kevin Smith was once a big fan of Bruce Willis, but his attitude changed after directing him in Cop Out. Working with Willis proved to be exceedingly difficult for Smith, who later called him the unhappiest, most bitter, and meanest emo bitch I've ever met at any job I've held down. In addition to his fellow celebs, Willis has clashed with everyday fans. When a couple of little kids recognized him in a mall food court, the Die-Hard star allegedly yelled at them. No wonder this guy doesn't do more children's movies. It's no secret that Chris Brown isn't the nicest guy on the planet, especially after he pleaded guilty to assaulting Rihanna in 2009. Considering how Brown treated his then girlfriend, it shouldn't come as a surprise that he doesn't seem to have too much respect for his fans either. Gossip columnist had a field day in 2013 when he was arrested in Washington, D.C. for reportedly punching a man. The brawl supposedly transpired when the stranger photobombed Brown's snapshot with a couple of ladies. The rapper subsequently socked the man in the face, landing him back in jail. Through his various squabbles and meltdowns, Brown has alienated plenty of fans, but at least he still has Tiger. Humble, giving, compassionate, none of these words have ever been used to describe Kanye West, in the media at least. This hip-hop artist is legendary for his disrespectful, bizarre, and occasionally flat-out nasty conduct. Apart from getting into fights with photographers, West often snubs his loyal fans. He was far from ecstatic when a couple of guys tried to take some selfies with him at the Super Bowl. In one of his worst moments, West scorned some fans for not standing up during a performance. He didn't realize at the time, however, that they were in wheelchairs. West isn't afraid to throw fans out for disrupting his concerts. That's kinda hypocritical, seeing how Kanye has disrupted his own fair share of live gigs. 2013 was a lousy year for Bieber when it came to his fans getting up close and personal. For starters, while in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, the singer was in the middle of a topless dancing routine. An also shirtless fan decided to run up onto the stage and started to hug a startled Bieber. With security MIA, the backing dancers were the first to react and drag the overenthusiastic fella away. With security eventually turning up, the fan was soon yanked from the stage. Next, Bieber was in Dubai and serenading the crowd on the piano until a fan appeared to hug him. But the heavy tackle by security on the fan knocked the piano and caused it to tip over and break. Whoops. So you want to join the Ariana army? Well, you might want to reconsider. Reports indicate that Grande constantly brushes off fans and will only allow her good side to be photographed. There are even allegations that she once wished her fans would die. The pop starlet stirred up a tidal wave of controversy in 2015 upon entering a donut shop. Grande proceeded to lick several pastries without paying for them and then proclaimed that she hated America. The incident offended Americans and also her fans, not to mention donut lovers everywhere. Grande later expressed regret on the internet. Of course, this wasn't the first time that she'd apologized to her fans, and many think that her words often come out as insincere. Oh wow, 2013 was a big one for stage crashes. This time Queen Bee was performing in Brazil and singing up close to the crowd. One massively eager fan thought it'd be a good idea to grab Beyonce as she sat on the stage. No idea what their plan was, but regardless, it was stopped by the rushing security who pulled the singer away. She immediately carried on with her set, as though nothing happened. In the years prior, Beyonce was watching her husband Jay-Z perform at Radio 1's Hackney Weekend. She jumped into a mosh pit to have some fun, but it soon soured up when a drunk fan began yelling abuse at her. Security soon descended and separated the two. On the big screen, Tobey Maguire is best known for playing your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. In reality though, he's not always that friendly. As a matter of fact, he sometimes has more in common with Spidey's darker alter ego. Aside from having the occasional public tantrum, Maguire reportedly avoids signing any autographs and shields his face from the paparazzi. Back in 2007, he used his great reflexes to slap a camera right out of a fan's hand. This one's ironic because Peter Parker is a photographer who makes ends meet by selling pictures of Spider-Man. Maguire really has no excuse for being so impolite, unless the photographer was Eddie Brock, that is. Cameron Diaz can be an incredibly charming on-screen presence, as demonstrated in movies like The Mask and There's Something About Mary. Of course, she's always played her fair share of mean-spirited characters as well in films like Annie and Bad Teacher. Diaz isn't always the sweetest thing off camera either. The actress is known for dissing fans, reluctant to take pictures with them, and even sign autographs. At the premiere of her 2014 comedy Sex Tape, Diaz reportedly refused to pose for pictures with her fans, saying something along the lines of, "If I do it for you, I'll have to do it for someone else." This might explain why Autograph Collector magazine named Diaz the worst Hollywood autograph signer in 2006. That's a wrap for this one, guys. Let us know which of these moments you found very annoying, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to keep up to date on all the exciting content we've got coming your way.